Hey guys, this is Evie and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I want to show in detail how I do my 3D flowers. I use burgundy acrylic from banggood.com and I take my number 4 3D brush and I pick up a bead of white and then I tap it into the burgundy acrylic, and that's what gives it its two-tone look. And I like to hold the bead onto the brush just for a few seconds and then I place it onto my nail. Draining out the liquid from the brush, I take it back to the bead and I keep it pointed downward and keeping the tip towards the center of the petal, and I just lightly press and I take my brush from side to side to fan out the bead to create the petal shape. And you just want to have a light touch with this. Taking my second bead of acrylic and placing it on the side of the first one. I just repeat the same process, but since I am creating a rose for this one, I want the base of the rose to be, sort of open. So I kind of fan this one a little flatter so I can have room for the inner petals. And I did keep this video in real time so you can see how slow the process is. But no, for you to see that, it does take patience and these flowers do take a little time to do. So yeah, I just want to, show you guys that. When doing 3D art, you just want to make sure that your brush is not super wet. You have to kind of work with this drier than your normal acrylic application because you want the flowers to show definition from the brush and the strokes of the brush. So you just want to work with it really dry. So starting on the inner petals, I place my bead in between the first 2 petals and then I just repeat the same process and I flatten it out, but I don't make it too flat. I kind of have my brush at a 45-degree angle because I want the petals to sit up a little bit and not be super flat. So the inner petals are flattened, but they're not as flat as the bottom layer. I hope that makes sense. And I just do the same process to create the leaves at the bottom, but I don't flatten it out too much. I kind of just flatten it out towards the top and then I leave the tip a little more thicker. And I drag the tip of my brush down the tip of the leaf to make it pointy. And as before, you just want to make sure that you have a very light touch. And as you can see, I didn't have to swirl the colors. I just work the flower like I normally do, and I just let the burgundy and the white flow as they naturally would, and it creates a beautiful gradient ombre look. And then finally, I take a tiny bead of just white and I place that in the center of the flower. And that completes my 3D flower. So now I just apply my gel top coat, and I don't want to apply any gel top coat on the flower because I want to keep that nice matte look, because it keeps the definition of the leaves in the flowers. So I use my clean 3D brush to apply the gel polish to all of the spots around the 3D arc. And then I cure for 60 seconds in my LED lamp. And this is the finished look. Just a nice, elegant 3D flower. I will admit it does take practice. It does take a lot of practice to get these to a point to where, you know, you like them and they look sort of realistic and artistic. But just practice, you guys. I was not the best. I will show a picture of how my 3D flowers used to look. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this nail tutorial. Head over to longhairprettynails.com and check out my blog and my shop. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you in my next one.